Welcome back. I've decided that last coat of gloss I put on, first coat of gloss after the undercoats, I've decided that's all right. It's a nice coat. The next paint that we'll get will be varnish. However, in the meantime, we have a chimney, we have a smoke box, and a smokebox door, all of which need some paint. So let's see what we're going to do with that. So I'm putting these on a slightly different table to keep them away from everything else, which is slowly getting harder and harder. We will give this a little bit of a rub down. As you can see, I have started already, but there's still sort of mill scale and heat marks from where it was TIG welded together. Like the ring was spot welded to the wrapper. So there's still I'm questioning how well the surface was prepared last time, but we'll give it a key up and a coat of paint. But it's a smoke box, a chimney and a smoke box door. They get hot. So I'm going to use some VHT black. Goes to a good temperature for a smoke box. Now I have been criticised for using this in the past, and let's have a little chat why. So my personal preference is that the smoke box looks a little bit more satiny than the boiler, just to break it up for a start. Now I'll show you a couple of pictures which demonstrate what that paint looks like. Let's go to the side. Hopefully I've remembered to put the pictures in. So I've got pictures of a butch which I painted for my friend and my Ginty when they were both new and freshly painted. Now the butch hasn't really run much since. The owner hasn't really used it as far as I'm aware, but even if he has, I haven't got pictures of it. The Ginty, however, is the same Ginty which is mine. Now I paint my engines to be used. I've never repainted it, so having just seen the picture of what it was, let's see what it is now. So as you can see, with use, as you clean it and you put oil gets wiped into it, etc., it does lose its matte finish and develops a bit of a sheen, which is obviously very different to the shine of the barrel. Now I like that finish, so that's what I'm going for with this. So I'm going to paint with the VHT again. It will look matte, I'm not going to deny that, it will look matte, but in time, as it gets run, as it gets cleaned with oil and gets WD-40 wiped into it and steam oil, etc., it will slowly gloss up. In fact, it'll be quite rapid to begin with, and then it'll just get more and more over the years. So that's the way we're going. So first off, back to this, and I've got an 80 grit block to take the surface off, and then I might hit it with something a bit finer afterwards to smooth off the keying. I'll get to that and come back to you. So there we have it. It's been painted and it's waiting for another coat. The instructions say a few thin coats. It's had one thinnish coat, and then it needs heat treating to sort of cook it on. For this particular paint, for being high temperature, it says 15 to 30 minutes, I think, or was it 15 to 20 minutes? Or 5 to 10 minutes between coats. Apply several thin coats and then cook at 160 degrees. Now I haven't decided yet whether to do that in the gas barbecue or in the oven. I suppose it depends whether the wife's around, because it needs cooking for an hour. I don't know how happy she'll be about these being in the oven, so it may have to be the barbecue. Now, you may or may not have noticed that I did not use any primer, and there is good reason for this. Despite the material, for example, I know Polly's use an aluminium smokebox. Ideally, you would give a primer to etch into the aluminium. However, that normally results in a long-term poor finish and the paint bubbling. This is because the primer is not suited for the high temperatures that the smokebox will have to put up with. So we prepare the surface as best we can, give them a final key and paint straight away. So hopefully the paint keys into the surface. You get a few coats on, you cure it in an oven, and then hopefully that's at its very strongest and it lasts. So now they've fully cured and dried, I have put them in the barbecue. Can't see that too well. But it's a two-sided barbecue, and what I've done is not giving them direct heat. I've put it all to one side and lit the flame on the other side, so hopefully it will warm up and cook it on like an oven without giving it the direct heat from straight underneath, although I may move them later. So that is almost exactly the right temperature range. Hotter at the top, but spot on. Leave that to cook for a bit longer, and then we'll let it cool down. So, yep, it's cooled down enough now. So I'll take these into the workshop and we can leave them until tomorrow. There we go. So like I say, that can wait until another day now. I need to clean up the bit of spigot sticking up because the chimney's a bit tight on it, but I think that's going to look cracking against the barrel. If you know me, you know I probably couldn't leave it there, so let's just take a little look. There we go. Yes, that's going to look awesome, I think. So there we go. That is about it for today. I've had enough. It is time to have a drink. So, thanks very much for watching, and we will catch up with this next time, or maybe not next time, who knows. I don't know what's around the corner, but we're looking forward to some lining going on, and to start putting things together, I suppose. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, and we will see you soon. Thanks very much. Goodbye.